Welcome to the basic course for Scout Masters. This is self-learning module number 2, deals with promise and law. The Scout promise and law form the foundation of Scouting. These two present a high ideal for boys, and yet it is practicable and within their reach. In this module, you will be able to understand the fundamental method, promise and law, through which Scouting contributes to the development of young people. Objectives. At the end of this module, you should be able to: number 1, state the Scout promise and law. Number 2, explain how the Scout promise and law can be incorporated in program activities. Number 3, interpret the Scout promise and law to Scouts in a manner which is appropriate to their age and understanding. The principles and practice of the Scout movement are based upon the Scout promise and Scout law. The words and concepts are simple and set out the commitment in a way that a young person might say it naturally. They are together a code of living placed before every member of the movement. Every person is asked to make or renew the Scout promise as an outward expression of his intention to try to live up to the principles and ideals of the movement. It is important to realize that the implications of the Scout promise and law, although they are expressed in the terms a boy can understand, they are applicable to adult leaders no less than to those they lead. Let us all take the promise by standing. Please get up, please stand up, all of you. Attention. Please keep your right hand as half salute, like sign. That is sign, Scout sign. Ready? Please repeat after me. On my honor, I promise that I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to help other people and to obey the Scout law. Thank you all. The word dharma may be substituted in place of God if so desired was given. Reflection on the Scout promise. The promise is a voluntary commitment. Through the promise, we make a commitment to be the best we can be. We make a commitment to ourselves and our country. We promise to make the Scout law an integral part of our life. Making the promise is a very important moment in the life of a Scout. The young people decide if they are ready to make the commitment. The promise is not made at just any time. A special time in a suitable place with due preparation is required. It is called as investiture ceremony. You will experience it during your basic course. The Scout law. Number 1, a Scout is trustworthy. Number 2, a Scout is loyal. Number 3, a Scout is a friend to all and a brother to every other Scout. Number 4, a Scout is courteous. Number 5, a Scout is a friend to animals and loves nature. Number 6, a Scout is disciplined and helps protect public property. Number 7, a Scout is courageous. Number 8, a Scout is thrifty. Number 9, a Scout is pure in thought, word and deed. Reflections on the Scout law. The proposals contained in the Scout Law may help you to broaden your understanding on them, think about their impact on your own life, and find the words and images to present them to the young people. Trustworthy. A person is trustworthy when his words and deeds are consistent with what they carry inside. To be trustworthy, we have to love the truth and be true to what is true. It is about living and thinking as far as possible in truth, even if that should cause us pain and misfortune. Loyal. Loyalty is durability of our faith in what is important. It depends on the values you are being faithful. Only through loyalty it is possible to have a life plan, to project our present commitment as a way of life. Friend to all and a brother to every other scout. A scout is a friend to all. He is a brother to other scouts. He offers his friendship to people of all races and nations and respects them even if their beliefs and customs are different from his own. Courteous. It is being polite to everyone regardless of age or position. A scout knows good manners and makes it easier for people to get along together. Friend to animals and loves nature. This means to be aware of the relationship between humankind and other animal and plant species. It is to respect nature and make an active commitment to the integrity of the environment. Disciplined and helps protect public property. To follow the rules of his family, school, and troop, obeying the laws of one's community and country, and also help in protecting the public property. Courageous. A scout can face danger although he is afraid. He has the courage to stand for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at him or threaten him. Thrifty. One who works to pay his way and to help others. He saves for unforeseen needs. He protects and conserves natural resources. He carefully uses time and property. Pure in thought, word, and deed. Something is pure when it is free of anything that could alter or adulterate its basic nature. So, purity, understood as cleanliness of heart, is the opposite of interest, selfishness, and anything that could contaminate our thought, word, or deed. Purity is loving the other truly as a person, respecting them, defending them even against our own desire. For that reason, this last proposal of the Scout Law invites us to take a good look at ourselves, to constantly question the integrity of our souls and of our thoughts, words, and deeds. The Scout Law is proposed, not imposed. The Scout Law proposes living by our values. It is important to realize that the founder has taken so much care to ensure that every part of the Scout Law is positively worded. There are no negatives. Boys like do's very much and not don'ts. The law is expressed in simple words, easily understandable by boys. Guidelines to teach promise and law. It is the prerogative of the Scoutmaster to teach the Scout promise and law to the Scouts. It is important that you take much care in teaching the Scout promise and law to your Scouts. Talk to them as a father talks to his son. Law has direct appeal because it is closely linked with ordinary daily life. Boys respond to these entirely natural rules because they can understand them and appreciate the value of them. Mere sermonizing or philosophizing is no good for boys. Yarns and stories must be narrated to illustrate every aspect of promise and law. Dramatics, mimes, and short sketches may be helpful in illustration. Display the promise and law in the scout den. Camp gives glorious opportunities, show that beauties of nature come from God. Watch each scout in games, interpatrol competitions, and other activities and see how far he responds to the ideal. Have a confidential notebook and note down the good points as well as the negative points of each scout in your troop. Remember, if you live the law yourself, there will be no need to preach it. Scouts will absorb proper attitude to life if proper troop spirit and atmosphere exist. You must give your attention to this constantly. Ideas for practice. Using your mobile camera, take pictures that illustrate what the promise means to you. You can show it to your LOC, that is leader of the course, for his suggestions when you attend your basic training course. Look for examples of the scout law being valued or being broken in the daily newspaper. For further reading, number 1, Scouting for Boys by Lord Baden-Powell of Gilwell. Number 2, APRO Part 2. Number 3, www.scout.org/promise and law. Number 4, www.thedump.scoutscan.com/yarns-scout.pdf. Number 5, www.thedump.scoutscan.com/scoutingforboys.pdf, within brackets for BP's original version of Scout Law and Promise, bracket close. So these books are published by the Bharat Scouts and Guides National Headquarters, New Delhi. Thank you all.